Hi everybody, this is Dan with CleanGuru. Well, last time I told you that Tony and I weren't going to sugarcoat it, and today is not going to be an exception. Because today I want to talk about something that's been bugging me for a long time. And what is it? It's this. What should an independent cleaning business do when they get a call from one of their customers? And your customer calls you and says, "Hey, listen, Joe, I've got a cleaning franchise or a national management company. They got a lot of slick brochures, and they're promising me that they'll do everything. All the cleaning is just unbelievable, and they're going to do it. They'd be willing to do it for a lot lower price." What do you think about that, Joe? Well, first of all, I'm glad that they called you. Your customer did. That's a good thing. But the question is, what should you say? Well, today, and we only have 4 or 5 minutes to talk about this, so I'll try to make it really quick. What can you say to help turn that around and help to keep those customers? Well, here's the thing. You could say to your customer, let's say his name is Steve. You could say, "Steve, first of all, thank you for calling me. You know, we've had a good relationship and we've been cleaning you for some time now, so I appreciate the fact that you called me about this. Steve, here's the thing. There is a direct connection between the amount of cleaning time, the hours, and the quality of the cleaning. Now, sure, you can talk about training, and that makes a difference, and supervision. But all other things equal, when you get right down to it, there is still a very direct connection between the amount of time, hours, and the quality of cleaning, the appearance of the building. There really is. And Steve, we've learned from the way we workloaded the building in terms of the duties that you wanted done and how often, we came up with how many hours of cleaning you needed. And by the way, we also supported that as we got to learn the job. We knew that it took that. So let's say, for example, we learned that it took 9 hours a night of cleaning. We've been doing that, Steve, and we always keep that going for you. That's how we get the good results. So the thing I would ask you to do for me as a favor, Steve, is this. If those cleaning franchises or the national management company, if they come into your office and they sit down and they say, "Here's our proposal," I would ask you, Steve, to ask them these 3 questions. Number 1, what are the budgeted hours for this job? Number 2, how exactly did you calculate those hours? And number 3, what do you have in place to assure me that you will stick to those important hours? Now, I suggest to you that that will really get their attention. And Steve, if you'll confront them with this, I think it will really be an education, because I think it'll support what I'm saying. Because it is our strongly held belief, and now I'm talking about Tony and I, it's our strongly held belief that a lot of these outfits, when they bid these jobs, they don't have any real sense of the time connection. Our sense is that their approach is basically this. Let's bid the price to land the job. So let's price it low. Let's lowball the price to get the job. And then we'll figure out later what we can afford to do in terms of time, or are willing to give it in terms of time. So they price it to get it, and then they figure out the time later. It's important that your price start with your understanding of how long it should take. And we think it's a tremendous strategy that would be very effective if you would encourage those customers to do that, because then they can see that you really have a commitment to taking care of their building. That's what I'd like to leave you with today. It's a suggestion of how to try to beat off this competition by helping to educate your customer about your commitment to quality. Well, that's it for today. The very next time, what we'll talk about is there's 2 things that you can talk to your customer about. The first one we talked about today. Tomorrow, the next time, I promise I'll tell you the other thing you can tell them that will make a big difference. Until then, remember, you can do this. You really can.